Have you ever struggled to know how to pray? Well, maybe a story and a picture will help. The picture is here. The story goes as follows. A country preacher was fond of asking members of his church to pray. When he asked one gentleman in his church to pray, the gentleman would get up and say, "Oh God, thank you for this word today, and bless these people today." Then he would end with the strangest way of things. He said, "Oh God, oh Lord, prop us up on the leaning side." Every time his preacher heard this unusual prayer, he wondered, what was it about? So one day, after the man had gotten up and prayed again, the preacher pulled him aside after church and asked what he meant by this unusual ending. "What does it mean," the preacher said, "to prop us up on the leaning side?" And the man said, "Preacher, I'm a farmer. And as a farmer, I have many things on my property, one of which is a very old barn. I got to looking at it one day when I was riding on my tractor, and I noticed that it was leaning on one side. So I thought to myself, oh my goodness, this barn is leaning, and it's only a matter of time before it will fall over completely." He continued, "So you know what I did? I found some old pine boards, and I propped it up on the leaning side. Now, that old barn has gone through many storms and many much different kinds of weather. Bugs have been eating at it for years. But when I propped it up, I knew that it would stay there for a lot longer. When I was on my tractor, Pastor, I also thought," he said, "riding there in the field, I thought about the kind of year that I'd had. Some of the storms I've been through, some of the people that were bugging me, and eating away at my joy and my satisfaction. And I just got to thinking, I'm still here, just like my old barn. I'm still standing after all this stuff. And so I thought that maybe I'm standing because of the grace of God." He concluded by saying, "From time to time, I find myself leaning toward my old ideas and desires, leaning towards my old anger, leaning toward my old bitterness and my hatefulness at people who are bugging me, or leaning towards going back to my old habits, my old life I used to have before knowing Jesus. And then, when I feel myself starting to lean towards those tendencies, I just remember the old barn, and I pray out loud on my tractor, 'Lord, I thank you for propping me up on the leaning side.'" My friends, we all need to be propped up. We lean towards those old things that aren't very beneficial to us. We lean towards those things that are not very beneficial to us. And those things threaten to topple us all the way over. But with the Spirit and the grace of God, we are propped up and we can keep going. We're not perfect, but we still lean towards God and lean on His everlasting arms. There's two short passages that relate to this story and these prayers. Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 27 says, The eternal God is our refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. He will drive out our enemies before you. As we lean up, we're under the grace of God. Psalm 91, verse 1 and 2 says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." My friends, I hope this helps you in your prayer life. I hope that you can thank God for being here today. Even when life is rough, even when things are hard, pray that God would prop you up on the leaning side. God bless and have a great day.